deals that other people just can't. I have a gift for that, right? I can find a deal like in a shoe. I can find a deal. I don't know. I just
Never done it. I don't know how to do it. I'm constantly trying to educate myself about it. And I'm in a position where I have to do one of two things.
right? Like I knew how to survive. Like you
Of
could put
course,
me in any situation, I could figure out how to survive. Any environment, it doesn't matter. Financial, sports, it didn't matter. I know how to survive.
hire somebody smarter than me to be my boss, which is really, really tough for someone like me. Um, or partner with a company that has a bigger mastermind behind them.
Huge. I see different thought leaders kind of criticize college, right? And I'm like, for me, it doesn't matter, right? The path for some is college, the path for some is not college. You can be successful with a college, you can be successful with college. And for me, what I like about some of, my college grads that come through is I know they have an ability to learn at least. They have an
Yeah.
ability to access research information. They don't sometimes have the street smarts, they sometimes don't have common sense, they sometimes lack other things that some of my people who didn't go to college do have and are able to do incredibly well for us. And so to me, it doesn't really matter. It comes down to the person. And even when we're hiring, I'm like, give me an incredible, phenomenal person who wants to grind, is willing to do anything to achieve and succeed in their job. And I'll teach them how to do their job. Right. And granted, there's certain unique abilities, like your son being an amazing graphic designer. Sometimes there's certain things that are like a singer, they have certain creative, artistic that you can't teach sometimes a gift. A
Right.
gift is a little bit different, but whether it's accounting or it's investor relations, different, whether it's our real estate people on our team. I mean, we have people on our real estate team that have gifts and they can find deals, and I can't teach the way they find deals, right? They
Right.
they find deals that other people just can't. I have a gift for that, right? I can find a deal like in a shoe. I can find a deal. I don't know. I just can always find it.
Well, that's
And
knowledge.
yeah.
I mean, you have the knowledge. So
Hmm.
it's again, like we said, knowledge is the real money. When you
Hmm.
have that knowledge, you can go make money anywhere. There was a book, or I forget what it was. If you lost everything, and we dropped you in a city with nothing, how would you survive? And I've played through those scenarios in my head before too. Like, what would be the first step, and how would you find that piece of food, and how? I have no doubt in my mind. I'm 100% confident. Um, Within 30 days, I would own a house or an apartment. I'd have a business. I'd have money. It's because so. What I want to comment on what you had said about college or no college and things like that. There's so many different paths to take. I think you would agree that it all exists inside your head, and so you have to believe in your own abilities. Like my confidence levels in myself are so high. I believe I can fly, and people got to stop me from jumping off the building sometimes because I'm 100% positive I'm not going to crash. I'm going to fly. Sometimes you need a little check
Well, you
there.
do.
And
You
that's,
did get a pilot license, and you can actually
well,
fly. But yes.
so that helped, right? So I don't have to jump. I can just get in the plane. Um, but having those grounded people around you, like my wife, she's like that. She's not a big risk taker. When I say, hey, we're going to put everything in, we're going to move all of this from all these other things we've been doing. We're going to give it all to Dutch because I trust him and I like what he's doing and he's smart. She says, whoa, 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 I need to go meet this guy and his wife and his family. So then I told you all that. But it's nice to have that check. But
It's interesting for me. What was stressful for me was that I could always survive, right? Like I knew how to survive. Like you
of
could put
course,
me in any situation, I could figure out how to survive. Any environment, it doesn't matter. Financial, sports, it didn't matter. I know how to survive. I know how to understand a situation and survive. And so, but once I was past survival, right? It's like kind of now what? What's the mindset? Like I'm okay, family, house, car, bills, insurance, um, money in the bank, like well, no stress to get to that point. And even the ups and downs and different things like low blood pressure, like easy for me. But then
yeah,
when I started to say, okay, now let's leap, right? Let's leap. Let's leap from, 10 employees to 20, 20 to 40, right? And now we're in that leap. We're going to go probably from 40 to 80, team members, in the next, probably before 12 months from now, we'll be at 80 people as a company. And
nice.
and as I do those leaps, some of those leaps were more stressful for me than that start a business, grow a business, get it up and running. I mean I've done it a dozen times, throughout my life. And so but then there was a rebalancing when I rechanged the knowledge equation, rechanged the vision equation of what we were going to continue to build and grow and stuff. And so talk about for you, like when you go through evolutions like that, or maybe you don't, I don't know. You tell me.
Well, of course I do.
Mhm.
Like right now. So this is a great example of where I'm at in my life right this second, Dutch. I run 5 different companies. I'm the CEO of 5 different companies. I have people that run them. Obviously I'm not doing it all, but where I've taken all those companies has been easy compared to where we're at now with ecom. Because what happened with COVID, the world kind of shifted and understood ecom is the future. The people that weren't already buying on Amazon, the holdouts that had to go down to Walmart and Best Buy, realized you don't have to do that anymore. So we've seen, like the growth numbers in ecom in general are massive, 70, 80%, year over year. Just in one year, businesses are doubling. Supply chain is out of control globally. That's our biggest problem. We can't get product. We can't get containers. Everything is slowing down because of that. But the evolution I'm in now is where our business is at. I've never been here before. And so I always used to say, I think it's so weird that somebody would start a company and grow it and then hire a CEO. Like, that's stupid. But you don't know that until you're there. Like where I'm at now is I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like this business, that where we're at in the scaling, I've never done it. I don't know how to do it. I'm constantly trying to educate myself about it. And I'm in a position where I have to do one of two things: hire somebody smarter than me to be my boss, which is really, really tough for someone like me, or partner with a company that has a bigger mastermind behind them. And so a little more palatable for me. I'm an ego guy, right? It'd be kind of hard for me to be reporting to a CEO every day. I would just rather retire and go do something else. So my evolution is realizing what I don't know and coming to grips with that and admitting that I'm in uncharted territory. I should probably lean on people a little smarter than me. And that's what we're doing. We're joint venturing with people that are smarter than us.
It's interesting because the fascinating people, what people don't understand is the more you learn about business, the more you grow, the more experience you have about business, the more you realize you don't know.
Right.
Right. Like I can go start at 50 probably different industries, 50 different businesses. I could probably go and start and succeed in, but you going from, we just did a total, tabulation on assets and it may or may not happen before the end of this year, right? But we'll cross, the 9-figure mark, right? In total assets.
Nice.
And that's a whole different ball
Yeah.
game, when you're talking about managing that kind of portfolio, managing that kind of thing. And so for me, I've got to learn more. I've got to go attain more knowledge. I've got to go grab more knowledge. But every time I grab another piece of knowledge, there's another bank of open information. Like one of the banks, that I had to open up for me is compliance. Like the compliance, I literally, don't know what it's like, to never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I said that the wrong way, right? I don't know what it's like to grab my ankles, but I feel like from a compliance standpoint, I've been forced to grab my ankles a few times. And it's like I can't believe how much, red tape I have to comb through within what we do. And so for me, there's this massive knowledge bank. But then for us, one of the next phases, and I don't know if that's 5 years from now, 3 years from now. Sometimes I try to let go of timeframes. Lots of times people try to do like these timeframes. I'm going to be here in 3 years, here in 2 years. For me, certain timeframes I let go of. We're going to be, we're going to have to, at some point in time, there's going to be potentially be an IPO, right? At some point in time, there's a time where, we're publicly, non-traded stock now, but when we become a public, a traded stock, the whole game takes another adventure, and there's a whole nother level of compliance there. And as I've done the compliance to get to where we are now, there's just so much I don't know, and I hate compliance. I'm a creator, I'm a visionary, a builder, and if I don't have someone in charge of compliance that really knows their stuff, and won't be able to do what I want to accomplish. So
Yeah, that's high level stuff, man. That's you got to get some additional experts. That's what I do. I lean on people smarter than me. So